Well, we're halfway through summer. The big question, how is your car faring? Better than my hair, I'm certain. Better than Boots' hair, too.
It's chilly out
Boots,
here.
your hair's wonderful.
Boots Longenette is here this morning to tell us a little bit about summer car care because, you know what, either you're heading out on a trip or even if you're just staying around town, you got to keep it all together. Let's start with some wax. This was always a big deal as kids.
This was always, as a kid, we'd sit out there with Dad with a turtle wax and it took all day. There are products now that you can wax on, wax off, Daniels. Okay, so you take the easiest wax, but here, I waxed this hood and didn't wax, so I don't feel that.
So on this side,
it's wax.
It's wax.
Now feel unwaxed.
And then, wow.
Yeah. Now
I don't know if you can see that on TV, but it's you can feel the difference.
That's all that winter grime, because I know whoever owns this car did not wax it. I can tell by the you got to wax it at least twice a year.
Who does own that car?
Our gentleman with the camera.
Okay.
We're rolling on the bus.
You're
but
busted, Craig.
The problem is you got to keep them waxed because all that bug guts. When a bug hits your hood, that's acids in that bug, and he's eating at your clear coat.
Okay.
Nobody does it, and it's not that hard. It takes 20 minutes with this product to wax the whole car.
What about if we just go to the car wash and we do one of those, like, where it sprays it on? Is that even worthwhile?
Maybe Moo Moo, you can really get the grime off, but you still got to wax it. They have their own little spray on wax.
Right.
There's nothing better than the old American elbow grease. Okay,
right.
You have to do that. So let's move over to this car. This is how easy it is, Sean.
Yes.
Just wipe some wax. Watch how easy it is. Take off. See? So when we were kids, you'd be out there with Dad going, look at that already.
That's so soft.
So, okay, that's the easy part.
Is that because of this, too?
Well, you use the
really
nice
good.
microfiber towels. That's the best. But it's the wax. It's all about the product. You'll pay a little extra more, but it's like shoes. You buy cheap shoes, you get blisters and your feet hurt. Okay, let's talk about aerodynamics and air conditioning. The biggest urban legend that drives me insane. Well, I don't use my air because it saves me gas mileage.
Right.
Wrong.
Because that's what we think. If we turn it on, it's using the gas, and especially if you try to accelerate, it's...
A 76 Cordoba or a 76 LTD, yes, you killed the gas mileage. But these cars are so advanced nowadays with the clutches and the serpentine belts that maybe a half a gallon less over time.
Really?
It makes now see why I put my windows now. Well, this Accord, we have the window down. You kill the aerodynamics.
Okay.
So the wind goes over the car, it goes inside the car. Now you have a parachute. So you're using more gas to get down the road. So put your windows up, leave the air on. Find a shady tree at work. Beat that guy or girl in that always gets a shady tree.
Get there early.
And if you're going to crack your windows, you might as well leave them all the way down. Because a thief's going to get in your car anyway, and most of the newer cars have alarms, built-in alarm systems. So just don't leave money in purses and iPads. And people do that. I'm like, are you crazy? So keep the windows all the way down, because if you crack them, there's not enough wind flow to get the heat in and out of the car.
Okay.
We won't always be this fortunate at the end of July with this weather. Thank you, by the way.
Right, where it's chilly out here, to be sure. All right, the other thing to watch is tires, because our tires, you're saying that if they're overinflated, it's just as bad if they're underinflated.
Well, one thing about this car that's driving me crazy, let's start off with, see all this brake dust?
Oh, that's dirty.
This rim's ruined. Okay, that brake dust, because of some of the EPA stuff we have to do, and I understand, we want to go green, but when the brake pads wear down, that dust comes out. Now that tire's hot, cold, and all that brake dust is eating in that aluminum. Now this 3 Series BMW, that's not a cheap wheel. So if you see it, just wipe it down. Take 5 minutes out of your day and spray some, because once it gets to this point, there's no return.
Oh, really?
You can put acid on it and then it looks all cloudy.
Chris, you're buying new rims.
Okay, so it's simple. You just take it off, and every other time you fill up your tank, check your air pressures. I don't care if it's a brand new car or not. And then you just check it. And you only had 25 pound PSIs in it, so I don't know what to. You'd have to read the tire to see what it calls for.
Okay.
But it's probably more like 30, 32.
Is that usually on the tire, or is it in the door?
It's usually on the tire, and you better have good eyes or grab one of the kids that can see better than us old folks.
For it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's hard to read that. But
It
the
is.
thing is, overinflation, I don't know why in the summer it seems like you build pressure, in the winter you lose pressure.
Right.
Probably some chemistry there to be learned. But just keep your tires
Keep them up
whatever
to what they're supposed to be.
owner's manual says.
Does
Very
it
important.
matter if you fill them after you've been driving for a little while? Because they say, oh, you've been driving it, so it warmed it up a little bit, and now you should fill it. Or does it matter?
It's not like a NASCAR. You hear NASCAR where they go, we need 1 pound of pressure in the right rear to get more of this, more of that. Well, it doesn't make that big. You're talking maybe a pound or two. But I've seen people going down the road where their tires are almost
They're bulging
flat.
out on the
Yeah.
sides.
And then I tell them it's like I'm stalking them or something, but I'm like, whatever. If you don't know your tires, and the little indicator lights, now's the time to check your tires. And if the tires are, if the proper amount of air pressure is in there, but the light's still on, now it's time to go to the dealership and have it replaced. There's a little sensor in there that sends a signal to your computer.
Okay.
And that, but in wintertime, don't get too alarmed because who knows with our weather, we could have 3 seasons in one day.
Sure.
But if the air pressure light on your dash is on currently, now's the time to get it fixed because wintertime, you never know. But in the summertime, that means it's bad. And if you leave your little cap off that I just screwed back on, you get one little piece of salt, it'll eat that sending unit that sends the, so you got to keep those little, what are they, 2 cents?
Oh, I crawled under my car the other day to find it because it rolled.
That's why she did it. That's what. Boots, thanks very much.
No
we appreciate your time.
Appreciate it.
Wax, air conditioning, and tires. Make sure you've got them all ready to go.
Like I need that stress, but thank you, Boots. At least I know how to fix it.
And you'll
We'll be
never
right
do
back.
it.